Zombies on the trailer. Zombies on the trailer. Zombies back. Big front tires are gone. But it's about like how it was when I got it. Still got the engine I put on it. And it's got these bars right here I used to reinforce it. And the guy's claiming that it does 35. I just don't believe that. But we'll see. It is supposed to be pulley swapped. And he did say he personally went 50. There's Zombie. We'll do a little walk around for you guys. So these are Vampire Super Swampers on the back. Kind of like the Honda Rancher we have. They had those Vampire 2s. These are the original ones. And they're 22 by 11, 5'8". So they're really wide. That was probably fun putting them on the rim, whoever did that. And then on the front, it's just got these stock turf tires. It used to have 25s on the front, painted red. And I've got some old pictures of when I sold Zombie. I'll try to put them in this video so you can see what it looked like. It kind of looks rough because it's been like 2 years since I've had it. Like when I had it, right before I sold it, I had repainted these fenders. I'd put a new green line on here, and all this was painted black, and it looked great. Now it's just kind of, you can see the cracked off and red's coming back through. But everything's here besides the tires. The tires, he took them off because he pulled it. It's got 6-inch pull in the front. I'm not sure how fast it's going to run. It's got that bumper, tried to put that on there, and it's still got the engine I put on here. But I put these in here, I put the engine on here. I completely rewired this mower as well. And somebody's been kind of messing with the wiring, but luckily the toy boat trailer, it's right there. I have the whole wiring harness for it, except for a few wires we took off. We had to run a few wires to the transmission on the Isuzu. We put the new transmission in it. So, the whole wire. So hopefully I can use the solenoid and stuff out of here. I was trying to crank it last night. It was dark, and this thing has 0 compression. So, I think a valve is sticking. I'm going to pull this hood off. That's one thing I didn't really care for Zombie that much, is it was so much work to get the hood off, and you couldn't really fit in or do anything. So let's go ahead and take the hood off, and I'm going to have to take these out too. These bars I put in there to support it. So let's take the hood off, and let's see if like a valve's sticking or if it's out of adjustment or something. If not, we'll get a motor for it, which it's worth it. Alright, so now I'm going to give you guys a little history lesson about what this mower went through. If you don't want to hear this, just skip ahead to when we're working on it. But anyway, this mower started as an 18 horsepower LT. It's just a Yard Machines mower. But Chud 327, which I'm sure if you've seen this mower on his channel, I'm sure you have. He bought it from someone up in Georgia. He lives in Florida. He went up, drove to Georgia, and he picked up a Murray too. Bought both these mowers, and it was still the stock, like real dark green color. Then he painted it like Zombie. I think that's all he did to it. He put an engine on. That's right, he put an engine because it blew up. But the tires, we had the big 25s in the front, but the tires were stock. Everything had been done to it. I think that's all he did was put an engine on it. Man, he put the bumper on. He had some lights, but he didn't. He took those off. And then I bought it. It was sitting. I think I paid. He had it listed for $75, but I had to get him to drive it to Georgia. So I think I paid $125 for the Zombie the first time. I got it. I got the motor he had running. Then it compression locked, as I thought. And I'll tell you in a little bit what it actually was wrong with it. I just didn't know it at the time. Then I put this motor on here. And this was it had already been swapped a motor when Chud got it. He put one on. And I put another one on. 16.5 horse. So this is its 3rd engine. And probably end up putting another one. So it's about to get its 4th engine. And this one, the reason I sold this mower is because that engine right there compression locked, as I thought. What happened is the carburetor was flowing gas into it, and it was filling the cylinder wall up. It wouldn't turn over, and I just didn't know it at the time. I even got some other people to look at it, and I couldn't figure it out. So I sold it. I think I sold it for $125 with that engine on it. He took Clinton, he's the guy that bought it for me. He took it. He fixed the engine. It still got it on there, and they running it and drove it. I did pulley swap it when I had it. I took the pulley back off, put on another mower. Then when I sold it, I gave him the pulley, so they put it back on. Clinton used this mower. It was his first mud mower. He's 61 years old, and he bought it. He fixed it up and stuff. Then he gave it to his buddy, which has bought a mower for me. I know him. Then he died. And so when he died, Clinton was supposed to get this mower back. He came up to my house to buy the Poland in the front right there. And he was like, well, you remember, I'm not going to say his name. And I says, yeah. He says, well, he passed on. So he said, I'm getting his mowers back. So I'm like, okay. So he was going to trade me this mower for that Poland. Because he just being nice, wanted to give me Zombie back because he knew how much I liked it. I says, alright, good deal. He says, I'll bring it to you tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, I didn't hear anything from him. The next day, I didn't hear from nothing. Then I went out of town for 3 days. Came back, still hasn't heard anything from him. Then Chud327 had mentioned to me how he's seen Zombie on Marketplace. I tried to get him, see if I could buy him. He's already sold. 4 days after that, I see Zombie, and it was a horrible... Maybe I can put the picture up on screen right now. It was a horrible picture of Zombie. Like, if you wouldn't have owned the mower, you wouldn't have realized it was Zombie. It was like a picture, all you could see was, like, the back. Like this. It was like this right here. That was what the picture looked like. Just like that right there. All you could see was the seat and a little bit of green. So then, I messaged the person, hey, I'll come pick it up. They messaged me that evening, that same day, went and got it, 150 bucks. So it's on like its 85th owner and its 4th engine. Alright, so now I'm done with the history lesson. We'll just go ahead and fix this thing now. Also, one thing that's different since I used to have it, someone put a legit key switch right here, like a legit one. I had, and they removed there used to be the deck lever. I had took and, when I rewired it, I had took and put the key fob like this right here onto that and taped it and just crunk it here. And this is the original key switch right here. I think I still have the key for that, but it's not. You can see it's not hooked up. They ran, but I do like what they did with that. Still got their reverse forward. It needs a belt too. The front belt's gone. So yeah, let's pull this hood off and see what we can do for the engine. Alright, the hood is off. I remember now I had to cut the front out to put the exhaust on. Should have straight piped it, but it is what it is now. I like this bumper. That's the one Chud put on there. So let's pull this valve cover off, see what we got in here. Last time I had this mower, that's all I was doing was pulling the valve cover off of this engine right here. So we'll see if we can get it to run. That oil on that panel looks so great. But here's the valves here. I'm going to take it and spin it over and see if... Both of the valves are moving. Alright, I adjusted the valves a little bit, and look at this right here. Hitting compression now. So let me get my gauge. Actually, too much compression now. So let me get that gauge and adjust these valves right, exactly where it's supposed to be at, and let's go from there. Alright, I just adjusted the exhaust valve. That's the one that causes compression issues, and now it's got plenty. Right there, so it's hitting compression now. So let's put the valve cover back on. See if it'll run now. And also, might go ahead and just deal with this wiring issue. I'm probably going to take the that wiring harness I have and completely redo the solenoid and all the battery cable wires, because I don't know what they got going on. Alright, it's got compression now, but it's got too much. So when it hits compression, it's very hard. I mean, it's about like it was when I got it, and it's not hydro-locked. There's no gas in the cylinder wall. So let's go look at that Poland real quick, see what kind of engine it's got on it. 6-speed Poland. It's got a Peerless rear end in it. It's got a 14.5 horsepower. And it runs good. I put a new carburetor on it. I'm going to pull this engine right here off and put it on there. Only thing wrong with it is it needs a coil. The wire right there broke with the little piece there. I've crimped it on and fixed it a few times, so we'll take the coil off the Zombie. We know it's good. It's got good spark. Just took the coil off Zombie. Now we're going to go put it on the Poland. Alright, about to drop that onto here. The motors are almost identical. Here's a couple horsepower difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the wiring. I need to pull that pulley off the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a 6-inch. Hopefully it'll come off pretty easy. I don't know how I see they have some bolts. It looks kind of sketchy. Then pull 2 cables off here, the gas line, and let's get it. Alright, everything's loose, but that pulley on the bottom is not going to come off. So I have to go to physical therapy, so when I get back, we'll get it off. Then we got to pull this off. Just come from local parts store uptown. Got these, and got this belt from Ace Hardware. Hopefully it'll work. I think I picked out the right size. But I'm back to get this pulley off the bottom here. So let's go ahead and work on that. The rest of the engine's already ready to come off. I just got to get that pulley dealt with. Alright guys, I only do this on a bad engine like this one, but I figured out a way to get the pulley off. Just kind of jerking it like this right here. It's about off. So kind of shake the motor and the frame kind of hits it and it comes off.
Alright.
Alright, finally got the pulley off the bottom. So there's the old engine. So right there, there's piles of good parts like starter and stuff, push rods, you know, any parts of that. So let's go start pulling that one off and dump it right there. Engine number 4 or 5 for the Zombie. My second time putting almost an identical. This is the identical the engine that's on there. It's just 1 horsepower difference. There we go. Now let's put some bolts in and get this thing running. Alright, I just crimped this right here on the hot wire. It had been cut. This right here is your ground. This right here, I don't know. I think it was an old starter wire they had running, but there's new one now. So everything's hooked up. I put the cowling back on. We're gonna try to run it without the cowling. I got the pulley on the bottom. And how you can see it, these are the bolts I got to put in to hold the keyway in, hold it to the crank. And I got the new belt put on right here. And I think it's gonna work. So let's go ahead and get it all wrapped up and put our belt on. Then put our battery in. Alright guys, everything is back together. Unless I've forgotten something, and probably figure out something that's falling apart. Got a battery in it. When you hit the key, it turns over, but the battery's kind of dead, so I'm going to have to charge it, jump it off, or something. So we'll pull the S10 over here and get it charged or jumped or something. Then we can take it for a first test ride. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Back over here with Zombie, I just replaced all the fuel line. I had a fuel filter. I removed the cutoff, and I added a filter. I replaced the whole tank, so I filled the tank up. And also here on this Troy belt, I'm about to pull these tires off, put them on the front of Zombie. So I think that'll look pretty sweet. They're 28/8. Zombie's got 12 and a half eighths on the back, so I think that'll match pretty good. And then we'll have to get some paint. Desperate times call for desperate measures. The first tire, which is right there, slid right off the shaft. They didn't have to use any WD-40 or anything. Second one didn't want to come off, no matter what I tried. So I took and used a Sawzall, cut that off. Then I had to beat this out of the wheel. We love MTD for their crappy, oh, it actually goes on like this. Their crappy designs. But, yeah, so now we got 2 front tires. We got to drill them out with a bit, get rid of that D shape and make them round. And then we'll slap them on and see how they look. Zombie's popping in a wheelie. No, not really. We'll go ahead and take these tires off of it. And I got the other 2. Where are they? Here they are. I just got these both drilled out. 3/4 inch drill bit. Just pop them on. Zombie's new look, looking much better. Letting the battery charge with the car right now. We'll take it for a ride. I'm about to put the hood back on too. Zombie's hood's back on, and we plan very soon to paint it red, black, and green. Have it just like it is now, but have a fresh coat of paint. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, the fenders look much better than the hood. I painted the fenders right before I sold it. Yeah, them Super Stompers look real good. They look mean. In an hour for us, and a few minutes for you, we're hitting the mud with this thing. And we'll take old LT over there. Over here with Frankenstein, we're doing a gas tank swap out. It's starting to leak right up in here. Like the seam starting to, very slow leak. I didn't even notice it the other day. And also I got a brand new fuel filter for it, because the fuel filter's slightly leaking. See where it's kind of wet there and kind of orange? That's where gas is very slowly dripped out. So we got our pull start back on. There's the plan. Right to hit the mud. Zombie pulls good, I like it. Let's go, zombie. Alright, the belt slipped off. It slipped off the pulley here up above where the top belt's supposed to be. See if I can fix that. Craftsman ate another pulley back there, see? Mower's not there, it was stuck right there. That guy right there had a winch, he pulled it all the way across the ditch to here. Zombie probably could have got it, but it was a lot quicker with him. Alright, neither mower made it home, or we're home, but about 10 foot from home, Zombie, his belt shreds up. And then this one, the pulley in the rear shredded up. Somebody commented, a couple people said, use a steel pulley. I didn't, so I might take that whole rear end out to get the pulley off, then put another one on. Because this one, the pulley, this transmission, the shaft's kind of burnt or something. So now I gotta buy a pulley for this and a belt for this.